Greetings to one and all, it's your old buddy Jay here, coming at you with another episode of Countermeasures. Now, I'm in the drawing room, but that's not what I'm going to be doing today. What I'm going to be doing today is having a look at this, which came through my door only the other day. My camera just come out of focus. Yeah. So, basically, what it is, if I can get it out of my ring light, is one of these PlayStation backbones, which I thought looked pretty interesting. It is essentially turns your mobile phone into a handheld device. So I'm interested in seeing how that works. It obviously, with the PlayStation, it works just with remote play. There has been an Xbox version out for a little while, which is a little bit better in terms of setup, I think, because not only can you, on the Xbox One, you can stream the, you can stream straight from your console. That's better, at least. That's not too bad. You can stream straight from your console onto the Xbox One, which you can do on this as well. But also, if you're hooked up to the cloud, which is currently in beta, or beta, depending on where you're from, it will allow you to stream directly to your phone from your game collection, which I thought was a load of old crap, but actually it really works. I have my phone here, which is just an iPhone. If I can move some of these lights around, I'm dicking around with lights, sorry about that. Yeah, basically I just have a basic iPhone, and on this, so let me just get this open. I have all my Xbox apps and my PlayStation Remote Play app. And when you go into cloud gaming, basically it allows you to stream straight to your phone wherever you are. So if you've got unlimited data, or you're in an area where you've got really good Wi-Fi and you're away from home, you can just stream your games straight to your phone. And if you're on Xbox Game Pass, you get even more opportunities to play loads of other cool games. So like I streamed, I was just testing it out the other day. Obviously I did it from home to start with, and streamed Fortnite just to have a look, see how that was working. And I couldn't do too much with some of the others because some of them have touch capabilities and some of them don't, which is why I was waiting for this backbone to turn up. So with the backbone, it basically turns your phone into a console, and it's officially PlayStation merch according to all the packaging. And I think the only difference between this and the Xbox version is the Xbox version is black, more or less, I think. So and obviously you can play all your Xbox games through this as well. It's not limited to the PlayStation. It's just a bit of hardware from a third party. So let's have a look. Let's stick that aside for a second. Let's get that right out of the way. So we've got this kind of funky box here with a nice little foiling on it, a little varnish, and there it is in all its glory. Now I think what makes this slightly different to other handheld devices for your phone is that you don't need Bluetooth to run this. You don't need to set up anything. There's no crap with messing around with any of that. It just works with your phone. Now there is an adapter here, but I'm going to look at that in a sec. So let's have a look. Gaming looks pretty good. 1. Line up your phone with Backbone's left side. 2. Grab the right handle and extend it. 3. Snap your phone in, download the app and play. It's that simple. Right, let's stick that over there. In fact, let's just get that out of the way. So yeah, it feels pretty good. I mean, in terms of quality, it's pretty well made. I mean, I've got my PlayStation controller here, and in terms of it kind of sitting on your shelf with all your PlayStation memorabilia, it feels like part of the family. Now, obviously, it's got your dual buttons, which is always good. I mean, it's essentially just taking the idea of the Switch. I mean, how big a phone have you got to have to fit in that? The only thing that I think is a little bit weird, but there's an argument to be had about it, which is that, you know, with your usual handheld for PlayStation, you obviously have your analog, your dual controllers here, just side by side. So that's a PlayStation given. With your Xbox, you obviously have them off center, which I think people tend to like a lot more. Personally, I've always preferred the PlayStation setup just being side by side. That's just me. It's the thing that bugs me slightly on the Switch as well, and they've obviously done it here where they've all centered them. It's not a massive deal because when you get into it, I'm sure it's absolutely fine. This already has the same issue which I had with the Switch, which is that these are just way too small. So I'm going to have to get myself some nice big fat man fingers bumpers to work on those. Obviously you've got your little directional there. I don't think any of these bring up the PlayStation Store or anything, but we're going to have a look at that in a minute. So as I do have an iPhone 13, I believe, it's the little Fatty. So Fatty needs a bit more of this, I think. Hang on a sec, let's see if there's anything else in here. What else is in here? There's junk. Hooray! The safety guide. Fine. Don't let your dog eat it. I've read it. I pretty much know what that means. Don't leave it by a fire. Don't eat it yourself. I mean, you know. So this is a little adapter that apparently is needed for the 13 Pro Max, which I think is what I have. Let's have a little look. So we'll move all this junk down here. I think it's just a little adapter to fit with that. Now, my question is, with my giant phone, do I need to take off the outer, which I'm guessing I'm going to need to, right? Where's my 1, 2, 3 steps again? Yeah, I've got a feeling that this has all got to come off. So let me just take, which makes sense, it's fine. But you know, if you're trying to keep everything nice and shiny, then why would you do that? So what do you think? How does this go in here? Let's see. Where's the way in the box, John? I mean, I really have not looked into this whatsoever, so the idea being that I guess that goes on the back there like that, and that goes over the top. Yes, that goes like that. Why is that? What I don't understand is why would you want to make it smaller? Well, it is. I mean, these bits are plastic, so not so good for your phone. But this bit is rubber. I'm happier about that. So, I see it's because it's got a. The other one has more of a kind of a sort of curve to it. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little bit more of a kind of bevel, whereas this actually has more of a kind of flat edge. Which, you know, I don't know why iPhones have gone back to having the kind of harder edges. I always preferred it when they had sort of slightly less. They weren't quite so heavy going, and that they were a little bit more bevel. But there you go. Oh, it turns out that my joke about the fatty phone is for me. Right, okay. So that's it. So my phone's in there now. USB unlock. Yeah, okay, fine. Don't need that. Let me just. What's happening? Okay, I'm getting instructions. Welcome to Backbone. Press X to continue. Alright. X. Sign in with Apple. Sign in with Google. What do you think? I think I'm going to have to sign in with Google. Continue. Right, now, I guess I'm going to have to do this off screen so that you don't hack into my Google account. I have to verify I'm real. There are many bots that can. Right. We've sent you a code. Okay, let's have a look. My day is just spent. forgotten it already. Oh, I hate codes. Spend my life just getting them over and over. Okay, let's try again. Where was I? Okay, I've forgotten it already. I have forgotten it already. I wasn't even joking. What is going on with my brain? Okay. Right. Invalid code. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Yes, let's give it that. Okay, it worked. Right, pick an emoji for your profile. Now, how exciting am I? How exciting indeed. Well, let's have a little look. Do you know what? I can change this later. Let's just put that funny little dude in for now. Next to continue. Pick your backbone display name. Please enter a username. Okay. Okay, I'm always the jackrabbit. Welcome to Backbone. Congratulations, or congrats. Lazy. Your Backbone comes with a free trial of Backbone Plus and exclusive perks. I don't want the Plus, I just want it hooked up. Capture, edit and share gameplay. Exclusive product deals and monthly in-game items. Free games and access to cloud gaming service like Game Pass. Party and play with friends. All of your games in one place. Okay. Step today. Know when new games are added. Friends are online when your highlight goes viral. Nope. Don't want that. Share great moments. Fine. Secure your bragging rights. Press the little thingy to record gameplay. Hold to take a screenshot. Okay. Backbone would like to access your photos. Keep your clips safe. Enable photo permissions to save gameplay clips using the capture button. I'm always slightly wary about this bit. There should be something different here where I don't feel like I'm just giving away all of the photos of my children. Okay, well let's just allow it and then let's see how we get on. It's fine. Okay, let's get rid of that. Find your friends on Backbone. Gaming is more fun with friends, is it? Allow access to your contacts and we'll find friends who are on Backbone. I don't think so. Find games that support controllers in this app store. They have this icon. Yeah. Play your Xbox, PlayStation and PC anywhere. Now I haven't even thought about the PC. But PlayStation and Xbox. Okay. No console, no problem. Play amazing titles like Halo Infinite through Xbox, Ultimate Game Pass, GeForce Now and Google Stadia. No console or PC required, that's right. I do think that's amazing. And it works. I did manage to stream a bit of Forza, which was just amazing. 1 year of the Backbone app and perks included with your purchase. You won't be charged until your free trial runs out in 1 year. Okay, whatever. Complete setup. Hold on. I don't want to do that. Why do I have to do that? Options. Okay, close. No, I don't want that. Let's just go home. Okay, cancel any time. Alright, well maybe it's forcing me to do it, which is annoying me. Let's just double click that. Right, so it won't charge me until next year. By which time I'll have totally forgotten about it and then I'll just get charged. So that's how that works. You're all set. Your purchase was successful. Hang on a minute. Okay, so they did that little test where they take a pound. Right, you're good to go. Press the Backbone button anytime to open Backbone. Okay, let's do that. PS Remote Play, PlayStation app, Among Us. It is quite good that rather than having to go through the crazy beta, which I've been using, just to do the test for the Xbox. It does keep everything in one place. What's new? Tells you games that are like available on Steam and everything like that, I guess. I'm sure it'll give you the option to purchase. What else is in here? Cold Snap. Yeah, okay. So there's lots of really cool stuff going on. Popular on Backbone. Miles Morales. I mean, it's just brilliant. The fact you can play Miles Morales on your phone, I just think that's amazing. No pun intended. And that game is brilliant. It came out on the PS5 launch and I absolutely loved every second of it. And also, I want to revisit God of War before the next one comes out because it's been a while since I played that. All of this is just amazing. And then we've got PS Remote Play, which looks like it has a whole load of my games preloaded into it. Which I just think is brilliant. Or maybe it's because I'm signed up to the PlayStation. Whatever. So let's have a look. Are we going to attempt to play something? Alright, let's attempt to play something. I think as it's the PlayStation app, probably should attempt to... let's have a look. See if that does open yet. No, I don't want to do that. No. Take me back. That is quite good that lets you do that. It just takes you one step back. Okay, right, I'm going to try Remote Play. Open your PlayStation's home screen. Well, I have done that. Above me, you can see it, is a screen on the wall and it has my PS5 open. Also, sorry about this light here. I'm trying to work out my my setup. Still ongoing. But obviously there's a ring light here, which is just bleeding into my camera. So I probably need to work out how to do that without being quite so... That gratuitous crotch shot. Okay, so open your PlayStation's home screen. Okay, got it. I have opened it and I've enabled Remote Play. Select the last console you're connected to. Find other connections. Well, that looks like it probably is me. Searching for connections nearby. See, this is handy because I love playing games on screen. I've tried projectors, they're never very good. I've played a lot of games on handheld. It's fine, the Switch is amazing, obviously, but I don't know, I feel like I'm missing out on an experience. Oh, this looks good. So often, I might be playing like a big part of the game on the screen, but then maybe I'm hitting, an RGB or something, an RGB. A RPG. It's been a long week. That took me a while to remember that. Where there's a lot of grinding in it, and I quite like grinding. And I don't mind grinding on a phone. If I think like, oh great, I'll just kind of go in here and I'll dive in for 10 minutes and I'll do a little bit more in like Assassin's Creed or something like that to find some bloody feathers or a pigeon's leg or whatever they've got me chasing. But then I also like spending time with my family. So it's a hard life as a father, gamer and business owner. So what I'm hoping that this is going to do is going to allow me to essentially just, while my wife's watching some reality TV island wedding murder show, Big Brother or whatever, that I have zero interest in, and I can't always be working. I might be doing illustration at that point, but actually sometimes I just want to chill, and this could end up being quite good in as much as I can then just do a little bit of grinding on this. I mean, especially with like FromSoft games where you're just, a lot of the sections of those games are kind of the replayability of just different areas again and again and again to progress. I think this could work very well, and that's what I'm hoping. So shall we give it a blast? What are we going to try? Now, I could go through and try. Oh, everything's moving on my screen at the top. That's good. So you've got like Shredder's Revenge and all this stuff in there. But I could go through and try. Well, why don't we try Call of Duty? And the only reason being is that I think it might just test the lag. I mean, I'm sitting right next to the Wi-Fi. I've got my, PlayStation's right there. It's all kind of connected up. So in theory, the lag should be absolutely minimal. Now, I'm sure this probably isn't 60 FPS or above. It's probably locked at 30. Let's have a look. Is there anything here that tells me that? Let's grab this packaging again. We'll see. Backbone, no, it doesn't really say. Low latency, no charging needed. Oh, can I also say the other thing that I thought was quite good about this, which my phone obviously doesn't have because it's new-ish. Is that to listen to my headphones on this, I either need the adapter. On my phone, I need the adapter, or I need my Bluetooth headphones, which is fine, But sometimes I just want to plug in a big pair of headphones, and it just, would cause me some issues. So this does actually have just a normal 3.5mm headphone jack, which I think is really good. It just, works as an adapter, which I think is really smart, and also, obviously it has a charge-through point. So if you're playing, your phone's starting to die, you can just plug that in and it will continue. And also, I've just noticed that the other reason why they needed, and probably, a good reason too, that little rubber adapter, is that it just lifts, if you can see that, it just lifts your phone, the camera lenses that stick out of the back of majority of phones these days. It just lifts that up slightly. It does mean that it's slightly angled, I guess. If you look at that, it does mean when you're sort of playing straight there is a slight tilt to it, but not that you'd ever really notice. Okay, right, so let's have a blast in this and see how reactive it is. You getting that music? Sounds great. Obvs. It's all happening. What do you think? Team deathmatch? I think team deathmatch. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. I literally cannot read anything on the screen right now. But then I'm old, so that could have something to do with it. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's do a quick play on that. Just wondering how much latency, how much lag I'm going to be getting on that. But this is a good test. I mean, the screen looks pretty good so far. I'm looking at it up here. The colours obviously slightly different. They're they seem a little bit deeper on my phone. But anyway, I'm trying not to catch too much. How much of that am I catching in the light? No, that's fine. I'm trying to lift that up a little bit. Call of Duty, not very. They like to keep you in the lobby. Oh, I'm liking the lighting that's going on here. I look like I've got jaundice. Come on, guys, let's do it. Yeah, all the sounds all good. Everything does what it's meant to do. It's got all my loadouts. Okay, let's see. The angle I've got this, obviously, I've also. Let me just see if that's going to make any difference whatsoever. If I just. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're going to go with bugs. Okay, it has all my pre-settings, obviously, it's just streaming from the PS5. I I've got to admit, it's looking pretty damn good. I mean, I haven't come into... Yeah, okay. It is weird having... playing this in the Xbox setup, or the Switch setup. Let's have a look. Now, I'm usually pretty nifty. Okay. Yeah, he was on my team. Couldn't quite see the blue marker there. Oh, left. It's certainly weird playing this on a handheld for sure. I haven't even seen anyone yet. It's not good for me, is it? Let's run over to their spawn and see what's happening. Yeah, am I right here? Oh, we're spawning over here now. Okay. I mean, Call of Duty is good. Ah! Really? Okay, so I've got to reach right up to reload there. That's annoying. Let's chuck a grenade in there. It's... The accuracy is a little bit of a mess. I'm going to have to play with the settings. Okay, dropped off. Yay, I got my first kill. There was definitely lag happening there when, yeah, there was definitely lag happening there when those other guys popped up on screen. Just wondering if that was just a freak occurrence. I mean, there's loads of stuff going on. Like, there's helicopters spinning, there's birds in the sky, etc., etc. Oh. Oh, so I've never played this map before either. I'm getting in touch with my... That's not good. He's dead. That's one of my buddies by the sounds of it. Okay, obviously the push down and everything's all good. Pull through here. Oh, sniper. Okay, let's change to my higher ammo. It is weird having to reach up to do that there. And there was a little bit of lag, so I was jumping over that box, over that wall. So I've got one kill. You wouldn't know it, but I'm usually better than this. But you know, it's not a bad test. There's a lot going on. There's people connecting. Okay. Well, let's see if these them. Ah! Okay, they're camping out in that little room there. Yeah, okay, so there was a few more things going on screen there, and yeah, there didn't seem to be too much lag that time, so that's good. I would like to try this, you know, in another room, obviously, but also I'm thinking about, you know, maybe doing a little test where I go to Starbucks and see if I can just hook up to this on the Wi-Fi, because as long as your PlayStation's on at home. Oh. Look out. See that? You down? I must admit that I don't feel confident that my reaction time... Well, it is harder to see the. Oh, something's happening there. There's a lot of us around here. Is that there? Annoy someone? Right, let's see. Not the cruise missile. Ah, on the side. Ah, okay, you know what? How do I bring up my things? Okay, let's leave the game. Yes. Okay, so that was good. That did actually, aside from my kind of random commentary while I'm trying to play, which is, you know, all over the place, I do think that that works out quite well. So let's go back into my app. Right. Oh. How do I disconnect that without it being? Just want to. That's what I set up there. Okay. Okay, fine. So we're going to that. What does that one do? High counter. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's rooms you can go in. There's loads of chat stuff. I do think like having the little access to the app thing is good. Giving you a year to play with it and get used to it, I think that's also a good idea, because instantly I'm just like, nah, I just don't need another subscription. But actually, it might end up being really, really useful, not having to dick around, switching between apps on the fly. Right, let's give. I don't want Xbox Remote Play. What I want is. Now, this is where it's going to come into it, isn't it? Because obviously, it has the remote play, but it doesn't have streaming. So we are going to have to get out of this. So what do these other buttons do? This button here, that just brings up the messaging. Fine. Quick message to the wife. I'm playing games. What's all this stuff? Yeah, that's just... Yeah. Rewards? What rewards have I got? Invite a friend and get $10. Nah. Okay. So let's. How do I get out of this then? There. Just swipe up. Okay. So I'm going to go into cloud gaming. So this is the app which is in beta. I'm going to have to log in for this. Or beta, depending on where you're from. Beta, mate. Oh, it's okay, it's done it all for me. So again, on the, I mean, it is good that it's all touchscreen as well, which I really like. On the Xbox, I am also the Jackrabbit, of course. And let's just have a little look. Jump back in. These are the ones I was testing out the other day. Donut County, Forza Horizon. So this is streaming. So my Xbox isn't on, but I can. Are we going to give? I mean, Forza's a bit of a test because I mean the quality of that game is just really good. Let's give it a go. Forza Horizon 5 Standard Edition is with Game Pass. I do own it, but I wonder what that means in terms of. I think if I'm streaming, it's fine, but I don't think it makes a difference to the streaming Game Pass app. But whatever. Yes, we'll see. Maybe that will change, and they'll be able to give you a library digitally as well. But on the stream. But who knows? Start game.
Press A button to start.
Okay. Because one game that I never really got a chance to get my teeth into was State of Decay, which is a game that's right up my street. It's survival horror. It's third person. Build your base, go out and collect stuff, meet new people, permadeath, all that stuff. It was just ticking all the boxes, and it doesn't matter who I go as. Let's just do it. Let's go as this girl. Why not? And we're going to give her a funky haircut. I don't want to do. Yeah, let's do that. Obviously, it's got to be purple. Prosthetic. Yeah, robot arm. She, her, he, him. How very progressive. Yeah, that's fine. I thought I did this before, but obviously it's reset for some reason. Yeah, I don't want to watch any of this. How do I skip? I don't. Okay, so pretty smooth streaming so far. I mean, obviously I'm sat right next to the router, but there is no reason why I couldn't be sat in a, like I said, in a Starbucks or McDonald's or something. I wonder how much this drains the battery, but my phone was on about 90%. I think it's on, last just looked at it just now, it was 80. It was 90% this morning, so just looked at it just now and it's like 88, so I guess I want to skip all this junk. It's the friendly racist character. We're ticking the diversity boxes here. Let me get my one-legged, one-eyed dwarf to come and fix your car. Or little person. Whatever the PC term is. I'm bound to have got that totally wrong. I have to say, off the bat, I am pretty impressed with the streaming service for Xbox. I'm impressed with the remote play for PlayStation. I'm impressed with this little thing. I mean, it's comfortable in your hands. It's branded. It's obviously been through all the checks with PlayStation. I don't care about any of this. I think the video quality is just pretty amazing, really. I mean, considering this is streaming, you know, from Microsoft servers somewhere in the sky, in a field, in a desert, wherever. I think it's pretty good. And okay, so it's not the 60 frames or 120 frames per second, 4K, but look what you're playing it on. Playing on a tiny little phone in your pocket. You know, I've got a just grab this as a comparison. You know, I do think that in comparison, I mean the Switch is amazing. Don't get me wrong, and you know, I do really love that. But also, I mean, it's a little bit more compact. This, I'm really scared of breaking it all the time, so I hardly ever take it anywhere with me. I just feel like it just feels like such a treat to be able to play it, and that like the cost of it is not cheap, and it's dedicated Nintendo device and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter any of this stuff. Let's just skip that. You know, and I feel that like you can see what they were thinking. They were thinking, well, everybody already has a screen, let's just add this peripheral and turn it into this. And while this is amazing, they are only ever going to bring these out, like, or an updated version of them, or the next version every kind of like 4 or 5 years at best, right? iPhones, they come out like, you know, or new phone, not even like iPhones, it's also competitors, you know, they come out like every 6 months. You know, you got a new Apple phone like every year, right? Maybe they skip occasionally and it's every 2 years, but it's every year really. And then all their competitors come out every year also, but they overlap and go, or maybe they're at different times. So you've constantly got the opportunity to refresh your screen to the latest thing, and then this will just, you know, adapt accordingly. Now it is obviously for an iPhone. I don't know how it works. You know, if you want to use it for another phone particularly, maybe there's an adapter or there's a different version. Maybe that isn't out yet. I haven't really done any research into that, but it would make sense that if this is successful, they'll just bring out loads more of them. So, you know, just yeah, let's. What do I got to do? Should we do that? Yes. Okay. Right. I think I'm driving now. After 20 minutes of going through the tutorial. Right, okay. I am fully driving. Right. Right, so X is still handbrake. It's been a while since I played this. Okay, so I'm gonna say this straight away. This just feels amazing. Like, the controls are pretty responsive. Oh, sorry, mate. That always happens. Yeah, controls are very responsive actually, and you haven't got to deal with like any crap touching them on the screen or any of that stuff, which is always annoying. I just think like PlayStation and Xbox must have just been like, well look, we already have all these great sort of first party games that aren't on Nintendo, you know. And as much as I love Nintendo, I only really like Breath of the Wild, if I'm totally honest. The rest is fine, but I've always found Mario a bit annoying, and you know, they're good games to play for a little bit, but I'm not going to spend ages and ages in them. I feel that they're so throwaway. Whereas these kind of games, where I could just pick this up and play for like 20 minutes and progress and save, and it's all, like I said, it's like an RPG. I just feel like that's my jam, and the fact now that all of those first party games I can now play on my phone, I just think is amazing. I think the fact that I could, you know, be sitting downstairs playing The Last of Us while my wife's watching TV or knitting or doing whatever, or maybe I'm going on a long train journey and you know, I hook up. I mean, that would be an interesting one to see, because you know, with unlimited data you can then just hook that up over your 4G or hopefully 5G, depending on where you are, and just play away. Now, it might be that on a moving train that's asking a bit too much, but you know, technology's so far along now that it won't be very long until that's completely streamed. And also, it's getting to the point now where the internet's almost free everywhere, especially in London. You know, you walk around. I mean, I can remember 14 years ago walking around with my iPhone 2nd generation in town, and I was amazed by how many Wi-Fi hotspots would just connect to my phone, so I just had like infinite internet just wandering around town. And that's just only got better and better and better over time. And now you've got like unlimited data on your phone, so you're not capped by anything. Then all your movies, Netflix, Amazon, etc., I mean, you know, it's all through your phone. So I have a feeling that this device, as it develops over time, I think it's going to become quite popular. And I think that it's a problem for Nintendo, if I'm honest. I mean, they'll still settle gangbusters because everyone loves the Switch, but it's got to hurt their sales because everybody already has the potential right now to have this in their pocket. All they need to do is buy the peripheral. Now, the controller was like $100. It was like $99.99, and it took a while to deliver because they've obviously only just come out. But yeah, I'm pretty. I mean, I can't see any real issues with it, other than the buttons are slightly annoying. Being in, I actually no, I prefer if the other button was up here. That would feel more PlayStation to me. But you know, whatever, it's fine. They obviously just used all the tech that they used for the Xbox version and just changed the colour. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to stop this now. I think that might just be about it. That is going to be my entire review for the PlayStation Backbone. It's amazing. I think it's a game changer for me. I just feel like it's you know, when the Vita died, I shed a tear. When the PSP, you know, when they stopped making games for the PSP, I shed a tear. I was always on trains playing Metal Gear Solid Acid. That was my thing. I loved that. The fact that it synced up with all my PlayStation stuff and I still got my trophies. You know, I rarely play on Xbox because I'm a bit of a trophy hoarder when it comes to PlayStation, and if I can play it on the PlayStation, then I will. Now I can play it on the PlayStation downstairs, and if my PlayStation is kept in perpetual, you know, not turned off, but it's in kind of standby mode, it means that I can go up the road and turn it on through this, allegedly, and then I can just pick it up on the Wi-Fi and continue playing, which I think is brilliant. I wonder how well that works on the 4G and 5G, because in theory that should work, because you only need an internet connection and then you should just be able to play your PlayStation anywhere. I do think it's a bit weird that, you know, while I'm away there'll be this thing will be sort of whirring and chugging and whatever, and if there's any problems, obviously not being able to be here to reset it or anything like that could be an issue, I guess. PlayStation 5, while I haven't really ever had any problems, does have problems sometimes with randomly crashing, switching off and things like that. So that might be an issue. Can't really tell my wife I'm going out for a meeting and I'm actually sitting in the park playing Shredder's Revenge, and then it crashes. I can't sort of call my wife and say, hey, could you just go and reset my PlayStation for me? It seems a little bit like she might work out that I'm not in a meeting. But anyway, the point being is that you have total freedom with this to go wherever you want and do whatever you want. I mean, you can't, unless you've got like an unlimited data package, like I said, it's probably going to cause you some problems in terms of being able to play the PlayStation anywhere. But for me, like, the next thing for PlayStation is really for them to have a streaming service like Xbox, where if you're signed up for their yearly package, which I'm at the premium tier or whatever, just I got like an offer on it, and I thought, well, I'll try it out. And then the first game I played was Stray, which was amazing, and I think the retail price was 30 quid, and I think the price of having the PlayStation premium tier at that time was like £30. I got a deal previous to that, so I think that paid for itself instantly. And I just feel that if they can convert that into a streaming service, then why wouldn't you? I mean, if I was PlayStation, I'd be all over that streaming service. I'd be trying to get that nailed as quickly as possible, because I love the Xbox, and there's a lot of Xbox lovers out there. I love PCs, I love all that stuff, but my heart is with PlayStation, and their game library is, I think it's second to none, if you ask me. They have some amazing first party games, and they always have had a real high level of quality. The problem with them is that PlayStation Japan, they just want money, and like any business, of course, but like they've always had a problem with like cross-platform stuff. That was a huge thing. Like all the other like PCs and Xbox, they were doing cross-platform stuff connecting to each other long before PlayStation even got on board with it. They resisted to the last second, and now there are certain games like Fortnite where I can be playing on an Xbox, and my friend can be on a PlayStation, and another friend can be on a PC, and we can all be in the same game space together. And I think that's really important to have that. But also when Game Pass came out, obviously PlayStation were like, well, that's not going to last either. We're not going to look into that. And of course, Game Pass has been absolutely massive success. I don't think Xbox make as much money as they probably could have done had they held out and sold games, maybe. But they're in it for the long game, and the long game is working for them. And I think it's brought them back into the ring. So now PlayStation just need to wake up and basically, they did the first step, which they introduced these new tiers on the PlayStation where you can stream games to your PlayStation that way. Now they need to kind of push it a little bit further and have, and do you know what? I don't even think people would mind if there was like an additional subscription fee for that. If it was like another $10 a year or $20 a year or whatever. I mean, yes, it gets expensive, but if you suddenly got PlayStation's back catalogue in your pocket with one of these, and you can take it anywhere you go, and it's like 120 quid a year. I mean, like, any gamer that I know, they'll easily spend that money on games in a month, 2 months. So to do it for a year and have access to all these other games, and it also allows you to fiddle around with games that you otherwise might not have purchased. You look at a game, you think, like, they're expensive now. It's like they're kind of like 50, 60, 70 pounds, and it's not back in time when it was like 15, 20, 30. That's not the way it is now. Now it's like a good game is like £70, and then you've probably got microtransactions on top of that, or like deluxe packages that bump it up to 100 or maybe £150, and then that's just for digital. And then you might have like an actual physical version of that, which will be like 200 or 300 quid. I mean, it's an expensive business, so you're not going to take a risk on something that kind of looks okay, but you're not sure if it's for you. You know, and since demos sort of went away and are slowly coming back, I think that's a good thing. I also think that you know, giving people a back catalogue that you can stream on a service allows you to have access to games that you otherwise wouldn't have purchased, and then maybe you find love for that game. You know, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily have bought Stray. I like the look of it, but it was £30, and I just feel like, you know, I've spent enough money on games this year, and I've got a massive back catalogue of stuff that I want to play. Don't know if I want to invest in that, but because it was part of the package, and you know, free, then I just decided that I would try it out, and yeah, absolutely loved it, and I'm really glad that I did play that. And it's got me interested in the second one. I think if the second one comes out, then I would probably buy that in a heartbeat, unless it's free on, you know, the Game Pass version for PlayStation. You know. But anyway, I'm digressing slightly away from what I originally wanted to talk about. But it's all part and parcel of what makes this successful, and I think it's a must-have piece of hardware. I think now I'm probably not going to be moving very far away. Can I get it out? I'm not going to be moving very far away. You know, very reconnected. I know. I'm not going to be going anywhere without this in my bag. I mean, it's small, it's handy. It's, you know, I can just stick that in, and my phone's always in my pocket. You know, if I'm wandering around with this in my bag, I'm like, I can't throw my bag around because I'm going to smash the screen, or you know, whatever version of kind of packaging I have around it. I'm still thinking, I just dropped my bag. Did I just break my Switch? You know. Whereas with this, I feel like, yeah, it's £100. You still got to look after it, but I'm less likely to be worried if it's just hanging around in my bag. You know, and this is always on me anyway, so I just don't understand why you wouldn't get one. Anyway, I'm not a PlayStation shill, even though I do sound like one. That is my review of the Backbone. I think I'm going to give this, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I just feel like it's a must-have peripheral. No Bluetooth, no charging. Through charging, you can put your usual headphone jack in there. These little buttons, I would like a kind of dedicated PlayStation button, but maybe that's the next generation. The only reason I marked it down a point is because these are still fiddly and annoying. And when I was playing Call of Duty there, even though I did manage to kill 2 guys, and get killed myself, of course, it did feel a little bit weedy. You know, what I want are these bad boys, these fatties, on here. You know, and I'm sure someone out there is making that peripheral right now, if it's not already on the shop floor. So yeah. That's it. That's all I've got to say about it. I hope you enjoyed this little review thing I've been doing, and until next time, be good, stay safe, be kind to one another. Cheers.